And the first thing on the agenda.
Afternoon.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Public comment?
I'd like to take a second, please. As I do every September 11th, I'd like to honor Battalion Chief Charles Casper. And I'd like to secondly thank first responders everywhere for their bravery and service to our communities. Thank you.
Second, thank you.
Anyone else for public comment?
No?
Okay, all right.
Moving right along. I'd like to ask for approval of the previous minutes. Any corrections? If not, motion to
I make a motion to accept the previous minutes.
I second that motion.
They are approved. And we are now ready for Patty and the financial report.
Okay. We have September warrants that total $24,616.22. The total for payroll is $20,383.83. And this includes Chief Carlson's salary of $5,000 and Assistant Chief Shields pay of $3,083.33. And there was one event for each of the commissioners and the secretary. The total payout for the volunteers, warrants included, is $14,133.50. And I believe you have the August financial statement for your review. So today we're just looking for a motion to approve the warrants and payroll for September as presented.
I make a motion to approve the payrolls and financial
Warrants.
warrants.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we pay the warrants for $24,616.22 and a payroll of $20,383.83. All in favor? Passed. Okay. More? Patty?
Yes, and budget update. As of August 31st, 2019, we had 46.36% left in the budget. And that compares to 39.28% as of the same time last year.
I'd like to speak to that.
I'd like to too.
So everybody will look at that difference. We're doing such a great job. But we're spending basically the same amount of money or percentages that we do every year around this time. The reason why there's such that gap right now is because we have not paid our district insurance yet. So that gap's going to close next month because the $28,000 for insurance will make up that 6% that is now showing the gap. So it won't last very long.
But it's fun.
It'll be even again next month probably. Anything else on that, Patty?
No, that sums it up well. Thank you.
And Patty, anything else that you want to speak to us about?
I don't have anything else.
Any questions of Patty? Okay, thank you.
Patty, do you want to stay on the line or do you need to go?
No, I'd be happy to stay on the line. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, correspondence?
We actually have a couple thank you cards. They're actually in my office. I apologize for not bringing them out here. But if you want to see them after the meeting, then I'm happy to show those to you, and I can give those to Linda. So those can go into the file as well.
And your report?
Chief's report for August 2019 for the month of July. Point of information, I just want to remind everybody that today is September 11th, and the memorials have been going on all day for the responders and the lives that were lost that day. And from a compilation of the numbers that I have, these may be plus or minus a few, but that day at the Twin Towers and around the United States, we lost 8 EMT paramedics, 60 law enforcement officers, 343 firefighters, and 2,997 civilians. And again, I apologize if those numbers are a little off, but that's the best I could compile at this time. Apparatus. Engine 5003 is out of service. It has an air brake issue. Our air brakes are not holding at this point, so we're having it towed down tonight to motor trucks in just south of Ferndale. And they're going to have to repair it, so that's an expected cost that is not planned for. And hopefully it's not that much to get done and that they don't have to replace the entire system, but it's just some leaks and they can repair those at a decent cost. John, do you have anything?
No.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Nope.
The new engine or the old 58?
This is engine 5003, which is the
Oh,
1994. It's the newest old one that we have. So the little red, we have little red, big red, and then engine 58. Engine 58 is the new engine. 5802 remained 5802, and then 5803. The old engine 58 became engine 5803. So it's the little red that's going down tonight. We have 46 members on the roster, 30 Canadian, 9 Point Roberts and 7 County. Out of those 46 members, we have 5 paramedics, which includes myself, 4 others that are rotating through the district. We have 10 EMTs, of which 5 are advanced EMTs, and 3 ambassadors, and 37 firefighters. Volunteer hours for the month of July total 3,393. Volunteer payroll, if all volunteers were getting paid, 17,596. Combined chief hours, I worked 169, Chief Shields 106, 275 hours total. I think this was an all-time record for the agency. If I'm not mistaken, we had 60 calls for service. 20 of those were part of the CARES program, so the home visits that we do, but even 40 is an extremely high number for us. 22 EMS calls. We transported 7 people last month to the hospital. Airlift Northwest took 1 of our patients. No transports, we had 13 people that refused. And then North Whatcom, we rendezvoused with 1. EMS Cares, 20. No agency assistance, we had 7 public service calls. We had 11 fire classifications, 3 legal outdoor burns, we had 6 false alarms. We had 1 structure, and we had 1 wrong address that got dispatched out. And that concludes, without any questions, my chief's report for the month of August for July. So,
Questions?
Nope.
Questions? You were pretty active.
yeah, it was a heavy month for volunteers, 3,000, over 3,000 hours. That's one of the heaviest months we've ever had.
Yeah.
So that's giving back to this community and serving this community in all different capacities.
And they should hear that over and over again, how much we appreciate that. We are at unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business anybody wishes to bring up? No? Okay. We need to go into executive session.
Okay.
So we'll,
New business? Sorry.
oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I did, I missed new business.
I guess it could be a point of information. I just want to let you know that I used $43,000 of the Golden Foundation grant that was provided to the Charitable Society. The Charitable Society wrote a check for us in order for us to upgrade our cardiac monitors and defibrillators within the agency, which was incredible. And we were able to purchase a new LifePak 15, 5 LifePak CR Pluses, and 3 LifePak 1000s. So we had 9 pieces of machinery, and if I didn't get $20,000 worth of discounts from the company that I purchased these from, it would have been well over $60,000 just for 9 pieces of equipment. And these are life-saving pieces of equipment. But right now it's $43,000. We're going to be able to hopefully purchase other things through the donations of the Charitable Society. So I'm looking forward to having this discussion.
Is there any anything that we need to do to thank them in some way, or?
No, I'm working with the Charitable Society to write a letter, regarding a thank you letter regarding the donation. And then we also attach the invoices for the equipment that we purchased, or I should say that the Charitable Society allows us to purchase through their donation to the agency. And we send that to them for their auditing purposes. And, yeah.
Okay, well, we certainly appreciate it.
Who's awarded the grant to us?
The Colton Foundation, the same, Colton Foundation, same foundation that awarded $55,000 to the Circle of Care, $37,000, I believe, to the Parks District, for the Community Center, $5,000 or $10,000 to the Food Bank, I don't remember which, and then I'm not sure if dollars for scholars got any. I think they did. I think they got $5,000. I think dollars for scholars got $5,000. And I could be mistaken on those numbers. Please don't hold me to those. Yeah.
Chief, that 20% discount you're talking about for your life pack, is that negotiated by you or is that merely a full discount?
I negotiated our service contract. So I want to say I saved around $10,000 on our service contract. But those are, as long as we're clients of theirs, those are built-in discounts. Plus we get discounts for taking some of our equipment out of the rotation and buying new. So they'll give us $5,000 for our Life Pack 12 towards a new Life Pack 15 to incentivize us to purchase new equipment. They give us so much money per 500 as well. The AEDs that got replaced were just the old green ones from the North Region brand. We didn't get any money for those. So some of the discounts are built in just because of the machines we have. They want us to buy new, so they give us a certain amount of money for the machines we have.
I'm not merely asking that because never heard you talk about a discount with that outfit. So I thought maybe because of the volume or the dollar amount.
I don't know.
I think a certain amount of buyback or trading on.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think I was getting a 15% discount on the maintenance contract, which costs, it's through 2025 now, our new contract. So I had them extend it out, plus give us, because we're staying with them, I asked for a larger discount in regards to the amount of years that we want to have a working contract with them. So they went back to the drawing table and they provided that to us, which I was very happy with. It saved some more money here. But average contracts per year for us is $5,000 to just maintain the equipment.
So solely because of your asking and your involvement, what did you save in this or the grant money?
Well, I want to say that through I'd have to go back to my emails, I apologize, but it was in the 40,000s and now it's in the 30,000s when it comes to the maintenance contract. And it's, again, I have asked for an extended time frame, and 2025 is where it's going to be going through now. And that covers everything, our Lucas device, all the new equipment that we have, both cardiac monitors. So it's good, we have to maintain. So everybody asks, well, why do you spend the money on a maintenance contract, you know? Well, we maintain the doors, we maintain the trucks. These are life-saving pieces of equipment, and they're in charge of monitoring cardiac dysrhythmias, pacing people, shocking people, and cardiac arrests, trying to get their heart to respond. And if one of these pieces of equipment fails, the general public, visitors that we have here, that would come back on this district in a liability. So if it wasn't able to shock, all machines can have malfunctions at any given time, but we need to prove that we're upkeeping our machines to the highest standard, and that's by having the company do the maintenance. And they come here every year, and they come up here and sit for an entire day and they go through all the programming on these, they make sure it's up to date, they replace anything that's broken that needs to be fixed, and they actually come here, so it's nice, we don't have to mail it in, the person actually comes on site.
Okay, thanks, well, you know, thank you for your dollar saving effort, I really appreciate that, and I'm sure the community does too.
Yeah, I try. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. When I ask, they charge me more than. Not usually, but yeah.
Yeah, question. We're still in contact with friends in the Chico Paradise area, and there's news stuff all the time that a lot of people can't get fire insurance down there anymore. They won't insure for vehicles. And I just wonder if that's had any impact on Whatcom County and availability of fire insurance and stuff.
Commissioner, not that I've heard, I haven't heard any whispers about that or general conversations regarding difficulties in getting fire insurance here in Whatcom County. By bringing that up though, I did not put this in my plan information. You go. Okay. One thing I did put in my point of information was we had our Washington Surveying and Rating Bureau evaluation, and we actually improved I sent out an email to the commissioners. We improved our score, and we lowered it. Now we're at 4.2, 420s, 430s right there, which is better than the previous 5 years. But we didn't change rating classification. So we're still rated as a 5, which I'm very happy about. We didn't go backwards to a 6. The new engine obviously helped us with that, and I'm going to be continuing to work towards getting us to a 4. There's only, as far as I've been told by the person who comes out and does the evaluation, there's only one other district in the state of Washington that is our size that has a classification of 4. And
Who's that, chief?
he didn't know. He just knew of it, but I don't believe he gave me the name. And they have a lot of commercial businesses within their district and stuff. But I'm really happy that we strengthened our class 5 within the community, and then we're not teetering on going back to a 6. We became a stronger 5. Now the goal is to try to get us to even a stronger 5 and maybe a high 4. What I don't want to be doing is teeter-tottering between a 4 and a 5. Every 5 years we go back and forth, depending on our equipment and what changes in their rating scales and those types of things. So over the next year, 2 years, I'll be meeting with them and going over the evaluation that we had. I do have an updated letter, so I'll be publishing that on our website. Those who didn't take advantage of home insurance the last time that we went to a 5, they can contact their insurance carrier and hopefully they can decrease in insurance for their home with the improvement that we did 5 years ago, and now maintaining that improvement for a class of 5.
Really good. Any other questions about this? I have a question that may or may not be appropriate, but are we still loaning the clinic the EKG capability?
So right now, we have 2 LifePak 15s. I have to get the Wi-Fi on our new one up and running. Hopefully I can do that either today with John's help or tomorrow. And the LifePak 12 is then open at that point to be reserved for us or to be provided to benefit another district within this community. So that would be, I can't say permanent loan to that district, but it would be on a as-go basis, I believe. They would definitely need to start purchasing the ECG electrodes. It will no longer be maintained through a maintenance contract. So they have an AED, a brand new AED in there, but this could still be used for 12-lead ECG acquisition for patients who come in with a cardiac etiology. Yeah, and I think hopefully that would stay up and running. it's not a loss to us per se, because even if we hold it in reserve, it's not going to be maintained.
And that one was not to be traded in,
They gave us a trade-in amount.
okay,
Physically turning in the machine, no.
okay.
So,
That's
because
true.
they're not even going to service those machines in the future. And that's coming up in 2020, or late 19, I don't remember what the letter was, but I couldn't have asked for a better timing of the whole foundation money to come into this agency, because I didn't have $43,000 to upgrade and to replace our aging equipment. In cardiac arrest, if it fails, it's a bad day for us and it's a bad day for the patient.
Chief, would you have to surplus that particular item first before you grant it or give it to the district?
Well, I mean, surplusing it would have provided to them at whatever cost it was surplus at. If the clinic wanted to take that over, if we maintain it within the agency, just as an agency piece of equipment and a possible backup if we have a complete failure of our frontline machines. At this point, I think I want to keep it within the agency and allow the other district to use it to benefit their patients and their diagnostic capabilities.
Anything else? Okay, no further new business, so we'll go into executive session now. At, is that clock right? I guess it is, 4:20. We'll be back at 4:35. Okay, I'd like to call the session back to order at 4:40. You. We're back in session at 4:40. I sincerely wish to apologize. I forgot to tell you why we're going into executive session. We needed to discuss a salary discussion about the chief, and we've had a long discussion. And so I think it is time that we bring it back into our discussion as a commission. I'd like to ask each one of you to decide or to present what you would like to see the chief be remunerated for his expert service.
My thoughts on it is three,
Say again, Ben, I can hardly hear you.
3.3% raise.
3.2.
And it may sound a little low for some people, but I'm not sure this won't take effect until January 1st probably. So it shouldn't have an effect on our budget this year. But that's where I stand.
I had initially thought something in the 3 to 3.3 range would be appropriate. And through our discussion, some information came out. Remember, I'm a fairly new commissioner here. Apparently, salary increase was not considered for Chief Carlin last year. And so that struck me as being something to consider this year. Also, as part of our discussion, we did talk about what Chief Carlin brings to the table in terms of increased training, increased expertise that he basically brings with him because of his own initiative and willingness to do that every year. So I see that as increased value to the community and to the district when that occurs. So considering those things, it seems to me now that 3.5 would be more appropriate.
Okay. Yes.
I want to make sure I'm looking at the past budgets and I just want to confirm. I apologize. So 2018 is when I went to 2017 I was 51, 2018 January 1. Actually, it happened in 2017 because I don't think we've waited until January 1st before, but I could be mistaken. I apologize. I'd have to go back on my payroll and see when it was implemented, but I think it's been implemented the following month in previous years that I've received raises. So 2018, my salary January 1 was $60,000. Okay, and I just want to make sure that's understood. So this is 2019 that we're discussing for 2020. So not a raise in 2019, but my raise going into effect in 2020. And I want to make sure that's clear for the public as well.
Thank you. We had a lot of discussion about the chief and what he contributes to the community. And I think that if we probably itemized them, we would be here for another hour. And I don't think that we actually need to do that because every day he's doing something for the community. And we need to recognize that in how we compensate you. So I'm in agreement that I would like to recommend a 3.5 increase. I think waiting to January is probably logical just because of the budget. I mean, this is already September, so it seems like that's appropriate. So I would like to entertain the motion. Whatever you want a motion.
I make a motion that we try to raise of 3.5 effective January 1st.
I second that motion, 3.5 effective January 1st.
And all in favor? Aye. It's passed.
I have a question, if you don't mind. The chief got his last raise January 1st, 18, correct?
That's what's showing by budget, and that raise may have gone into effect in 2017. When it was discussed, I do not have that answer for you.
Okay, it seems to be fair to assume that the chief has worked, if he's getting the raise in January next year, which is why I read you correctly, that's what you're doing. It seems that the chief is falling behind on the cost of living even. The cost of living is now between 2 and 3%. And I don't think that's fair. I'm just saying that for myself as a member of the public. I think it's grossly unfair. The chief, I mean, I do know that the surplus of the budget last year, as of January 1st this year, was in the neighborhood of $80,000. And I think it's grossly unfair that you're scribbling around an amount of $2,000 a year. That's all you guys can afford compared to what Chief Carlton has put in. He started in the last year or two the CARES program, completely new here, added work for him. He's extremely well received in the community, and he's building that strength up every day, every month, every year. And therefore, I have no choice, and I don't want to be vindictive, and I'm not trying to influence anybody here. I just wanted to be out on the table here that 3.5% in my book is a complete insult. I think you guys can do better than that. A lot better. Thank you.
I would like to say that unless there was some cause or reason other than oversight for there not being a raise last year, I think that everything that Bill just said, it makes sense to be looking more in the range of 5 or 6% because there's 2 years that need to be accounted for just to keep up with inflation.
And that's only keeping up with inflation.
That's just keeping up with inflation. That's not even in any way being reflective of the kind of performance that he's been doing.
No, I agree with you there completely. I mean, that's an insult. That's almost like you want to give that to an employee when you want to get rid of. No, you don't want to get rid of it, I know that, but, you have a full-time, this community has a full-time, 100% caregiving chief in all aspects. He cooks your hamburger several times a year. He lets your children play with
My wife does that.
Yeah, I know he's going to do it. The man is extremely dedicated. We are so friggin' lucky that we found him and that he was willing and able to work for us. And a chief, I mean, he's the lowest paid full-time chief. And please don't tell me that he's not full-time. He's consistently being full-time from the day on that he started here. Hour-wise, time-wise. Okay? That's all I'm going to say.
You want to say something?
Sure. Thank you very much for those comments. And there's one other person in this room that needs to be considered, and that's Chief Shields. And Chief Shields, he's contracted for 100 hours a month. So Chief Shields is not full-time, okay, within the district. But, John does an incredible amount for this community and for this district and as well. Now, yes, I am contracted full-time, okay, that is within my contract, 160 hours a month. That allows me to get left contribution as well into my pension system. So, we missed 2019. I understand that. I believe my contract's June to June on the CPI, and that's why I reached out to our legal counsel for his interpretation of that, and the information that we received was the Seattle Tacoma CPI for that chart that he gave us, and that just came from Seattle Tacoma. So I appreciate the 3.5. I have to say that I appreciate the 3.5. And in 2020, if you want to look at in June, bumping that up, and that's your choice. If you don't, I'm happy with that. I understand the CPI and the cost of living, and I've caught myself not treating this as a separate position before, and adding it into, just seeing it as a violation of what I do for this community. Again, next year we have an audit that's going to cost us $10,000 to $15,000, and those are the things I think about before I think about my salary. And 3.5%. I don't know what that even is.
What?
I don't even know what 3.5% is.
$2,000.
So moving me up to 62,000 in 2020. If that's what we can do now, then I'm happy with that. I'm greatly happy. Yes, there are days, there's politics within the community, but I'm very happy and proud to serve this community with being able to work with my assistant chief of his caliber as well, and then the volunteers that provide 3,300 hours, to this community, and well over 2,500, on a regular basis to this community every month. So I have to think about them, and I don't want to be that fire chief that is making all this money and we have nothing for operations. And some people think we have money to give me, but I also need to provide, incentives to the volunteers, not maybe through stipends, but, incentivize them through educational, professional development, and needing money for those too. So, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I really want to thank the comments Michelle, thank you very much for that comment as well. Bill, thank you for the support, and maybe we can keep better track of it from this year forwards. That I would be fine with that.
If I may say one last thing, and then I'm out of it, okay?
You promise?
I do promise this, yeah. I want you all to understand, you three commissioners, that the chief makes about 65% of what a handyman makes in this community. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. I think this is good conversation for us. I would be willing to do almost anything that would show our support for you. I also know that you drag your feet about wanting to do these things because you think of everybody else. So I would like to put this, it's scheduled for the first of the year. I'd like to revisit this in the first of the year and determine what else we would like to do about it. And by that time, you will be into a new budget and we'll be able to adjust your thinking. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable to you?
It does, because I have to look at the entire budget as a whole. But the person I rely on when I'm not here, and even when I am here for certain things, Chief Shields needs to be, I have to consider that part of the equation too. And then what can I give my volunteers? So my volunteers feel part of the organization and that they're just incentivized, whether through stipends or direct incentives through educational components, uniforms, those types of things. And that's where we need to figure it out in the budget cycle this year. See where our taxation is going to be going, with the funds that we're going to be getting in from new homes and those types of things. But then being able to calculate the cost of the audit next year. Because that's going to be a pretty heavy, where $10,000 to $15,000 is going to have to come out somewhere.
Well, we don't want it coming out of your pocket.
Well, I'm not paying that. I can tell you I'm not going to pay the audit cost. My salary will not be going towards the audit bill that I currently make, and will not helping out with that. So we have to find money somewhere else. But I want to justly compensate Chief Shields for 100 hours a month as well.
And that's your program.
Yeah, and I have to think about other people. That's what I do, is my service is serving strangers and having people part of this organization that understand the importance of that and the value with walking through somebody else's door. And they need to be, I need to make sure that they realize the importance that they have. And that's not always through direct money, but I need to make sure that they're well served by this district so they can serve this community.
Well, it's been pointed out just in this discussion that one of the characteristics that make you so valuable is your concern for others. And sometimes that can be at the detriment of your own best interest. So I think that it's kind of our responsibility as commissioners to make sure that we get the appropriate balance here. And the suggestion of revisiting this January 1st makes a lot of sense to me, particularly because we would have a much better view of what the budget for next year is going to be. And we'll really be able to take a look at what the impact of a potentially higher raise for you and for Chief Shields, how would that impact that budget, and what are some of the funding opportunities that might compensate for that? So I think that this really requires another more careful review at the end of the year. so that we can do something that's prudent and fair and recognizes the incredible value we see in you for all that you do, not only for the fire district, but the community.
Do you have any comment? No.
I think it's a good idea to postpone this until we get closer to the end.
I would like to make a different suggestion.
Yes, ma'am.
This is now September. How about if we start the raise in October? So there's 3 months left of an increased salary, and then revisit it again in January with the new budget.
I like it.
November is our budgetary meetings.
So
Yeah,
we'll
we're
have
solid.
all the information by January, and let's start it now, right now. So the next month you'll have a few pennies.
I'm happy with January 1st.
No, we're not. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. I need a motion for that.
I wrote it down, but you motioned it.
Okay,
You motioned it.
I did.
Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay, we'll vote on it. All in favor?
So we have modified
We've modified it.
that vote, and the starting date is now October 1st.
Right. Okay. All right.
Okay, and in November, I just want to make sure that we really look into the value of our volunteers, outside of Chief Shields and myself, that we look at the value of what this volunteer group does. Yes, we rotate 10 plus people out a year into career departments. I think that's why we have the caliber and level of volunteers that we currently have for this community. And the value of, customs, recognizing this, that this has been in place for over a decade and a half, maybe 20 years, I'm not sure, that's been recognized the need for this. So I have to, I would not be able to rest well if I don't know that my volunteers are justly incentivized as well and taken care of to the level that need to be.
Something to improve the budget discussion.
Absolutely. Okay, any further business? Any more comments except from Bill?
Chief, are you here for the October meeting?
Yeah, the only comment I'd like to make is that it seems to me that we're going to see our cost of living across the country going to go up. And I think that is a factor in considering the chief's salary. Also, another factor I think you ought to look at very carefully is his ability to get another chief's job here in the state is very good. And
Don't tell me.
you do not want to be in a situation of some other district coming in and offering him a significant amount of money above what is being paid here, and we'll lose him. So you gotta keep that in mind, that competitiveness is also something that comes in to into the equation. That's only my only comment.
Thank you. There's nothing more to be said. Could I have adjournment motion?
I move that